Get started today's lesson on inequalities. It's very similar to what we did the last 3 days. We're just going to review one problem that a couple of us got wrong on last night's homework, okay? So we know that we want to solve for what? Jade?
T.
For t, for the variable, exactly. So in order to solve for the variable, we need to get it alone. Very good. So how do we get it alone, Denver? We use the inverse operation, which is a fancy word of saying what? The opposite. Very good. So the opposite of subtraction would be addition. So we got t minus 3/4 plus 3/4. -3 plus 3 is 0. -4 plus 4 is 0. So when you have 0 over 0, we are simply left with t on the left side of the equation. Now what we do on the left side of the equation, we have to do on the right side of the equation as well. So before we get there, we have what type of a number here?
Mixed number.
A mixed number, very good. And Jaden, we have to turn that mixed number into what? An improper fraction. Do that with me. 6 times 4 equals? 24 plus 1 equals?
25.
Good. So we got 25 over 4. All right? We added 3/4 on the left side of the equation, so we have to add 3/4 on the right side of the equation. 25 over 4 plus 3 over 4. We're lucky. We don't have to find the lowest common denominator here because the denominators are exactly the same. So we're saving a step. 25 plus 3 equals 28. T equals 28 over 4. Who likes that answer? We done there?
No.
No. What do we got to do? Simplify, right? So how many times does 4 go into 28? Ariana? 7 times. And it happens clean. So t equals 7. We got to circle our answer so we get credit. And we like it. We're right there with it. Okay? So now what we're introducing today is going to be the exact same lesson. We're working with irrational numbers. Okay? Excuse me, with rational numbers. But we're going to use inequalities. Okay? We're going to use inequalities opposed to equations. So what changes? All right? The symbol, very good. If you remember back from the middle of chapter 2 when we first introduced inequalities, we got 4 symbols we can use. What are
Less than, greater than, less than, equal to, and greater than equal
they? Exactly. We got greater than and less than. We got greater than and equal to, and we have less than and equal to. Okay? So the way we're going to solve these equations and now inequalities doesn't change. We have to get the variable alone. Once we get the variable alone on that side of the inequality, we need to do the same thing on the opposite side of the inequality, okay? We're going to do the same thing using division, multiplication, addition, subtraction with both decimals and with fractions, okay? But we have one golden rule. And I'll put in another color over here so we don't forget it. If we multiply or divide by a negative number, write this down in your notes. By a negative number, we have to flip the symbol. Flip the symbol. All right? So we have to bring that negative number over. We have to divide or multiply by the negative. If the negative number is already there, we don't flip the symbol. Solely if we're bringing the negative over. Does anybody have a question on that golden rule? We all feel good about it? All right, it's a little bit of review also because we did work on it a couple chapters ago. Okay? So now let's all open up to 3-7. So that we could go through a couple of these review problems, okay? Some of these example problems, okay? If we're looking at example 1, letter A, we have 0.5x is greater than or equal to 0.5. Raise your hand if you know what kind of problem this is. We know it's an inequality, but what type of a problem is it? Terrence? Multiplication, very good. We have 0.5x. So we're multiplying. What would be the opposite?
Division.
Division, very good. So we want to divide by 0.5, okay? Any number over itself in fraction form equals what? Jaden? 1, very good. So we're left with 1x, or simply stated, just x, okay? So now we're going to bring down our same symbol And if we did it on the left side of the equation, we have to do it on the right side of the equation. We have 0.5 divided by 0.5. We just did it on the left side. What does that equal? 1. So our answer here is x is greater than or equal to 1. So again, same exact steps, only difference being that we're using an inequality, okay? We have about 7 more minutes of class, so what we're going to do is we're going to open up our workbooks to page 25, okay? And I'd like for everybody to do problems 1 through 16. Because 16 is a word problem, it's going to be bonus, okay? So the best possible score is going to be a 9 out of 8, okay? And like I said, start working on it now. What you don't get done is going to be your homework for the day. And please, call me over and ask questions if you're not sure, okay?